Have you ever felt like a vital part of yourself, your confidence, your connection, was slowly slipping away? It's a silent struggle many men face, a profound frustration that can cast a shadow over relationships and self-worth. You might be told it's just getting older, or that medication is the only answer. But what if I told you there's a surprising truth about erectile trouble? Something many doctors are only now fully appreciating. That goes far beyond what you might expect. It's not just about age, and it's certainly not just about a pill. In this video, we're going to dive into some truly simple, yet incredibly powerful habits and foods that can genuinely transform your body's ability to perform, leading to a resurgence of vitality you might not have thought possible. These aren't complex medical procedures or fleeting fads. These are foundational shifts that work with your body's natural design. Stay with me until the very end, because what I'm about to reveal will truly surprise you, potentially changing everything you thought you knew about this common challenge. Let's begin with a cornerstone of robust health and, specifically, a major player in overcoming erectile difficulties, something essential for improving blood flow. Think of your body as a magnificent network of pathways. And for an erection to occur, those pathways to a very specific area need to be wide open, like a superhighway during rush hour. For a long time, the focus was often on blockages or narrowings directly in those specific arteries. But what if we could actually help your body naturally create more of the very substance that tells those blood vessels to relax and open up? That substance is called nitric oxide. It's a gas, a simple molecule, but its role in vascular health, and therefore in erectile function, is absolutely monumental. When your body has enough nitric oxide, your blood vessels dilate, allowing blood to flow freely, which is precisely what's needed for a firm erection. The good news is, you don't need a prescription for it. Your body can produce more of it naturally, and a significant way to do this is through your diet, specifically by incorporating foods rich in nitrates. Now, you might hear nitrates and think of processed meats, which aren't what we're talking about here. We're talking about naturally occurring nitrates found abundantly in certain vegetables. The superstar here, the one that has surprised doctors with its potent effects, is beetroot. Yes, simple beetroot. When you consume beetroot, whether as juice, roasted, or in a salad, the nitrates in it are converted in your body, first by bacteria in your mouth, and then by enzymes, into nitric oxide. This process is incredibly efficient and directly impacts your vascular system. Imagine a gentleman in his late 60s. Let's call him Arthur. Arthur had been struggling with this issue for years, feeling increasingly disheartened. He'd tried various things, but nothing seemed to stick, or the effects were minimal. One day, his doctor, who was quite forward-thinking, suggested he simply try adding beetroot juice to his daily routine. No magic pills, just a glass of beetroot juice every morning. Arthur was skeptical, but figured it couldn't hurt. Within a few weeks, he started to notice a difference. Subtle at first, but then undeniable. His energy levels improved, and surprisingly, his erectile function showed significant improvement. It wasn't a sudden, dramatic flip of a switch, but a gradual, consistent return to a level of performance he hadn't experienced in years. This wasn't just a fluke for Arthur. It's backed by science that shows how nitric oxide directly supports vascular relaxation, which is the foundation for an erection. Beyond beetroot, other leafy green vegetables like spinach, arugula, kale, and collard greens are also fantastic sources of these beneficial nitrates. So, incorporating a daily serving of these vibrant greens into your meals can have a similar effect. Think about adding a handful of spinach to your morning smoothie, making a big arugula salad for lunch, or having steamed kale with your dinner. It's about consistently providing your body with the building blocks it needs to produce this vital molecule. It's not just about quantity, it's about regularity. Make it a daily habit, something as routine as brushing your teeth, The cumulative effect over weeks and months is where the true power lies. Now, another incredibly impactful habit that works hand in hand with boosting nitric oxide and improving blood flow throughout your entire body is targeted movement and exercise. We all know exercise is good for us. But for erectile health, it's not just about general fitness. It's about specifically improving cardiovascular health, strengthening the heart, and ensuring efficient blood circulation. Think about it, an erection is fundamentally a hydraulic event. And if your pump, your heart, isn't strong, and your pipes, your blood vessels, aren't clear and flexible, then the hydraulics won't work optimally. Regular physical activity, especially brisk walking, jogging, cycling, or swimming, for at least 30 minutes most days of the week, can make a profound difference. These activities strengthen your heart muscle, making it more efficient at pumping blood. They also help keep your arteries elastic and free from plaque buildup, which is a major contributor to erectile issues. Imagine Sarah, a keen golfer in her early 70s, whose husband, Robert, had lost interest in many of their joint activities, including intimacy, due to his struggle with erectile dysfunction. Sarah encouraged Robert to join her on the golf course, not just for the game, but for the walking, initially. Robert was hesitant, finding it tiring. But as he consistently walked the course, sometimes adding a few extra holes, he started to feel more energetic. His general health markers improved, and slowly but surely, he noticed a significant change in his erectile function. It was a gradual improvement that correlated directly with his increased physical activity. It wasn't just the walking, it was the improvement in his overall circulatory system, the reduction in his stress levels from being outdoors, and the overall boost to his well-being. So, it's not about becoming an Olympic athlete. It's about consistent, moderate activity that gets your heart rate up and blood flowing. Even simple things like taking the stairs instead of the elevator, parking further away at the grocery store, or taking a brisk walk around the block after dinner can add up to significant benefits over time. But let's not forget the power of incorporating some strength training into your routine. Lifting weights, even light ones, or using your own body weight for exercises like squats or push-ups has a remarkable benefit for men. It helps increase your body's natural production of testosterone, a hormone crucial for libido and overall male vitality. And while low testosterone isn't always the direct cause of erectile dysfunction, healthy levels certainly support better erectile function and overall sexual desire. When you combine the nitric oxide boosting power of foods like beetroot with consistent cardiovascular exercise and a touch of strength training, you're building a truly robust foundation for overcoming erectile challenges naturally. Now that we've discussed the incredible benefits of boosting nitric oxide through diet and the vital role of consistent physical activity, let's turn our attention to some other equally crucial, yet often overlooked, pieces of the puzzle that can profoundly impact erectile health. It's truly fascinating how interconnected our bodily systems are. And sometimes, the solution lies in areas we might not immediately associate with erectile function. One such area is our mental and emotional state, specifically how we manage stress. We live in a world that seems to constantly throw stressors our way. And while a little stress can be motivating, chronic, unmanaged stress is a silent killer for many aspects of our health, including erectile function. When you're constantly under pressure, your body goes into a fight or flight mode, releasing stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. These hormones, while necessary for short-term survival, are not designed for a continuous presence in your system. Their prolonged elevation can lead to constricted blood vessels, reduced blood flow, and a suppression of sex hormones. Essentially, when your body thinks it's in danger, reproduction is the last thing on its mind. It diverts resources to more immediate survival functions. So, while you might be physically capable, if your mind is constantly worried or anxious, it can directly impede your ability to achieve or maintain an erection. Think about Michael, a busy executive who, despite being otherwise healthy, found himself struggling with erectile difficulties. His doctor couldn't find any major physical causes. It was only when he started working with a therapist and making conscious efforts to de-stress that he began to see improvements. Michael learned to incorporate simple mindfulness exercises into his day, just 5 minutes of deep breathing before meetings, or a short walk in a nearby park during his lunch break. He also rediscovered an old hobby of woodworking, which served as a wonderful creative outlet and a distraction from work pressures. These small, consistent efforts to manage his stress not only improved his mental clarity and overall mood, but also had a surprising, positive ripple effect on his erectile function. It wasn't an instant fix, but as his stress levels gradually decreased, his body relaxed and blood flow improved. Actionable steps here are surprisingly simple. Dedicate time each day to relaxation. This could be deep belly breathing exercises for 10-15 minutes, practicing mindfulness meditation, engaging in hobbies you enjoy, spending time in nature, or even just listening to calming music. It's about consciously telling your body it's safe to relax, to shift out of that fight or flight mode. Moving on from stress, another vital, yet often neglected, area that plays a significant role in overall male health and indirectly impacts erectile function, is gut health. You might be thinking, my gut, what does that have to do with this? Well, increasingly. Medical science is showing us that a healthy gut microbiome, the trillions of bacteria living in your intestines, is fundamental to everything from your immune system to your hormone balance and even your mood. An imbalanced gut, often referred to as dysbiosis, can lead to systemic inflammation throughout your body, and chronic inflammation can damage blood vessels, including those crucial for erectile function. Furthermore, a healthy gut is vital for absorbing nutrients from your food, including those essential for hormone production and overall well-being. Consider David, who had been experiencing not only digestive issues, but also a creeping sense of low energy and libido, which he later realized was connected to his erectile challenges. He'd always dismissed his frequent indigestion and bloating as just part of getting older. However, after reading about the gut-brain connection and its link to overall health, he decided to make changes. David started incorporating more fermented foods into his diet, plain Greek yogurt for breakfast, a little sauerkraut with his lunch, and occasionally some kefir. He also focused on eating a wider variety of fruits, vegetables, and whole grains, which are excellent sources of fiber, feeding those beneficial gut bacteria. Within a few months, not only did his digestive complaints significantly reduce, but he also noticed a remarkable improvement in his energy levels and, to his pleasant surprise, his erectile function. It was a holistic improvement, driven by nurturing his internal ecosystem. So, how can you support your gut focus on consuming a diverse range of plant-based foods, different fruits, vegetables, legumes, and whole grains? Include fermented foods like unsweetened yogurt, kefir, sauerkraut, and kimchi in your diet. These foods introduce beneficial bacteria and provide the fiber necessary for them to thrive, reducing inflammation and supporting overall bodily function, including blood flow. And finally, let's talk about something incredibly fundamental that many of us compromise on a regular basis: sleep. It sounds almost too simple, doesn't it? But quality sleep is not just about feeling rested. It's a critical time for your body to repair, recover, and regulate its hormones. Think about testosterone, for instance, which is largely produced during deep sleep. If you're consistently getting insufficient or poor quality sleep, your testosterone levels can suffer, directly impacting libido and potentially contributing to erectile difficulties. Moreover, sleep deprivation increases stress hormones and inflammation, again circling back to factors that negatively affect blood vessel health and overall vitality. Imagine Peter, a shift worker in his late 50s who had struggled with insomnia for years. His sleep was erratic and often interrupted. Consequently, His energy levels were consistently low, and he felt a general sense of malaise, including issues with erectile function. Peter started to prioritize his sleep hygiene. He made his bedroom as dark and cool as possible, established a consistent bedtime and wake-up time even on his days off, and avoided screens for at least an hour before bed. He also started a gentle stretching routine before sleep to help calm his body. It took time, but as his sleep quality gradually improved, he found his energy returning, his mood lifting, and quite unexpectedly, his erectile function also began to improve. His body was finally getting the restorative rest it needed to optimize its hormonal balance and overall health. So, actionable steps for better sleep include creating a consistent sleep schedule, even on weekends, making your bedroom a dark, quiet, and cool sanctuary, avoiding heavy meals, caffeine, and alcohol close to bedtime, and unwinding with a relaxing routine before sleep. Perhaps reading a book or taking a warm bath. It's about respecting your body's natural need for rest and recovery. Next, we'll dive into how all these elements tie together for lasting change. We've journeyed through some truly powerful, yet often surprisingly simple, habits and foods that can make a profound difference when it comes to overcoming erectile difficulties. We began by uncovering the remarkable power of nitric oxide, the body's natural blood vessel relaxer, and how incorporating nitrate-rich foods like beetroot and leafy greens can fundamentally improve blood flow, laying a crucial foundation for strong erections. We then explored the non-negotiable role of consistent physical activity, emphasizing how cardiovascular exercise and even light strength training not only bolster heart health and circulation, but also naturally optimize hormone levels. From there, we delved into the profound impact of managing stress, understanding how chronic anxiety can constrict blood vessels and suppress vital hormones, making relaxation techniques an essential tool in your arsenal. We also highlighted the often overlooked connection between gut health and overall well-being, including how a balanced microbiome can reduce inflammation and improve nutrient absorption, indirectly, yet significantly supporting vascular health. And finally, we underscored the critical importance of quality sleep, revealing how consistent restorative rest is essential for hormone regulation and overall bodily repair, truly acting as a cornerstone for male vitality. It's easy to feel overwhelmed by such information. But remember, the beauty of these insights lies in their simplicity and the way they interlock. You don't need to transform your entire life overnight. Start small. Perhaps it's just one glass of beetroot juice each morning, or adding a brisk 20-minute walk to your daily routine, or committing to a consistent bedtime. Every single positive step, no matter how minor it seems, builds momentum. Each time you choose a nitrate-rich salad, or opt for a walk instead of sitting, or consciously practice deep breathing, you are actively investing in your body's ability to heal and thrive. This isn't about a quick fix or masking a problem. It's about nurturing your body from the inside out, addressing the root causes, and restoring its natural capacity for robust health and vitality. This journey is about empowerment, about taking back control of your health and, by extension, your confidence and intimate life. You are not alone in facing these challenges, and the solutions often lie in these natural, sustainable practices that surprise even the medical community with their efficacy. Remember, small changes can truly make a monumental difference to your health and happiness. Your body has an incredible capacity for healing and improvement when given the right tools and environment. So, take these insights, experiment with what feels right for you, and witness the positive transformations that unfold. What resonated most with you today? Have you tried any of these foods or habits? Or perhaps you have another simple tip that has worked wonders for you. We'd love to hear your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Your insights could be exactly what someone else needs to hear to start their own journey towards greater vitality. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps us reach more people who could benefit from this information. And if you want more empowering, practical advice like this to help you live your best life at every age, then please consider subscribing to our channel and hitting that notification bell so you don't miss our next video. Thank you for spending this time with us. Go forth. Embrace these natural solutions. And remember, you deserve to feel vibrant, confident, and whole. Live your best life at every age.